Wednesday. Good morning. Bit later this morning, but hey, we're here. Got my Jags blanket. It's, what is it today? 14 degrees this morning, I think. And it's going to pick up to like 20 something. We had a crazy thunderstorm, lightning storm on the way home last night from the gymnastics competition. I had to drive in. The rain was insane. Lightning. Good morning, Jana. Cheryl, Devin, Crystal. Good morning. I don't know what my hair's doing today. We're just going to roll with it. We're rolling with it this morning. A smile on a Monday must be in Florida. How did Millie's comp go? Sammy, thank you for asking. Hi from Orlando. Hi from Blue Eyed Aunt. Her competition went okay. She wasn't very well. Bless her. Do you know how much you have to pay for doctor's appointments? $40, I think, for my doctor's appointments. Would I ever come back to the UK? Probably not. Good morning. Hello, Amy. How are you? I'm on TikTok and YouTube. So YouTube, in case you're wondering, I tend to have a lot more viewers on TikTok, so the comments tend to come pretty fast from TikTok. TikTok, make sure we're tapping that screen to get to 10k, and make sure you're pressing the repost button as well. Morning, Scotty. Hi, Lisa. Good morning. Is it cold? It's about 14 degrees Celsius right now, so it's going to jump up as the day goes on. Thank you for the heart me, Jules. Thank you for sharing. The repost button is the yellow one. Yeah, Zazzy just press the repost button. Make sure you're reposting. I'm very lucky. I actually have citizenship for America. My husband and children are green card holders. It's 63 here, very humid. Yeah, you can tell the air's a bit damp. Good morning. It's literally rained all day in the UK today. Someone said it's rained every day since like the beginning of January. I really don't miss anything from the UK, unfortunately. Crystal, thank you with the good mornings. Let's see if we can finish a goal today. That is our live goal for TikTok. We have Lily, yeah, and we made friends simply by walking the dog. We bumped into an older couple who were watching a thunderstorm rolling in on their front porch. Hi from Jacksonville. Do you think you'd ever come back to the UK? Not willingly, I don't think. We spent most of our lives, we spent most of our entire marriage being in the military. So we've traveled from England to Germany, Germany to England, where we've lived to family for the last 14 years. So we are ready to just stay put now. We don't really have a porch for our house. Morning. Good morning to YouTube and to TikTok. Happy Monday. I love to move to Florida, but I don't know if I can, as my boyfriend went to jail when he was younger. Danny, I don't know. That's a conversation to have with a US immigration lawyer. You can Google and get free telephone consultations with them. So that'd be a good question to ask, because I wouldn't know. It's not that chilly, actually. Are there sharks behind me? No. It will be warmer by the later today. It's only 9 a.m. Hi, Brits. I live in California. Hi. I'm doing very good, Katie. Thank you. How are you? Hi, Angel. My Valentine's Day was good. Thank you. How was yours? It's 2 p.m. in the UK. What time is it for you? It's 9. We are 5 hours behind, you guys. So it needs to pick up in temperature. But yesterday we had a crazy thunderstorm and lightning and insane rain. That's my neighbour. Do you guys have any family in the UK? Yes, my mother's side is all British. Current temperature 14 Celsius. How cold is it? 14. It's not that cold. It's going to be about 23 today, I think. What made you want this move and how easy was it? Serena, the reason we wanted to make this move is because we just wanted to. We wanted to have a new start, a fresh start. My husband Finished 25 years in the British military. Tony, I've got something in my eye. Thank you, Tony. I've got like a hair in my eye. It's really irritating me. So we wanted to have a new adventure, a new life, and the best thing about here is that our quality of life has improved enormously. Plenty of culture shocks, Dan, but it all kind of starts blending into one. Keep tapping that screen to get to 10k on TikTok, guys. Keep tapping to get to 10k within the first 10 minutes. Houses are cheaper in the sense of you get a lot more for your money out here. We are in a £400,000 5-bed, 4-bath, A-rated neighbourhood, A-rated school district, which is very important because that affects the house prices. 3,000 square foot, and it's £400,000. Hi, Jules. Did you throw all your coats out before moving and guess you didn't need them? We did, but actually we do need them. We have needed coats on and off throughout the Floridian winter, and hats and gloves, which actually we were probably very naive to get rid of all that stuff. Do you feel the difference in weather? Massively. Is it always rainy in Florida? No. Morning, living in paradise. We got to 10k. Whoop whoop. Thank you, guys. Make sure you, if you haven't already, to repost the live. Click that share button on TikTok and then click repost. I don't watch any normal TV. I only watch thingy channel. What's it called? Streaming channels. My brain. We lived in Saffron Walden in Essex. Hi, no, but we were posted then military, so. The weather here is 90% of the year. It's beautiful. Do you live in Hawaii? No. Hi from Miami. Hi from Houston, Texas. We are in the northern part of Florida, yes. Are you on an island? No. Do you like it UK more or Florida? Florida. Hi, Karen. Florida will win out probably on 99% of things. Corey, thank you for adding to my live goal. She need saying this for 6 months. Do you mean I've been saying this for 6 months, Nate? Correct, because this is what my live is all about. My live is all about talking about the move. Scarlett, thank you for the follow. Hi from Jacksonville. Good morning, Josh. Karen, thank you for the heart me. Hello, Christina. What's one thing I miss about the UK? I really don't. Everyone always asks this question. And it's very difficult because obviously family. We've not done Amelia Island yet. No, it is on my list. But the reality is life is pretty amazing. So at the moment, we don't miss anything. Hi from Toronto. Hi in Florida. What's the weather? The weather is a little bit miserable this morning, but it's going to get nicer. You did, Jana. We sat on that swing for ages. It looks chilly there. It's not that chilly, actually. Sophie, hi. It's 14 degrees Celsius, so it's nice. I live in Warrington. Hi from Warrington. Hi, Janice. Does the US have a week off in February like the UK does? For kids, there's no half terms. What are the taxes like in Florida? Significantly lower than England. How old was I when I moved? 7 months ago. 7 months. Sam, thank you for the repost. You don't miss living next to the M11. I don't even know where the M11 is. Did I ever live next to the M11? I don't know. Joe Chow, good morning. Riri and Sharon, thank you for reposting. Reposting makes a big difference to the live, guys. It's down here. Josh! Thank you for the baseball cap, Josh. Thank you so much. Mid to the high 80s by the end of the week. I know, we're going to have some nice weather. High 20s for Celsius people. Any plans for going to Disney? Heinz Bean Sausage just sent $4.99 on YouTube. Thank you. Heinz making life saucier since forever. Thank you for the $5 super chat. That's so cool. Where am I? We're in Northeast Florida. South Jacksonville. Why is your street flooded? It's not my street. This is my backyard. Josh! Thank you. It's currently -4 in Toronto. Ew, no. We do feel lucky. How's the weather in July? Hot. Very hot in July. Sophie! With the confetti. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you. How's your daughter moved up to gymnastics? She's doing great. I watched your videos. Thank you. She's doing the XL bronze at the minute. So the next up, I imagine, is XL silver, which she'll work towards for next season. Josh, thank you for the baseball cap and the Cupid's bow again. Thank you so much. How's the weather in Dubai? How would I know that question? How would I don't know. What's the weather in Dubai? How long is the summer holidays in America? For us here, for this school district, I think it's 10 weeks. That's why they have no half terms, remember? Are you staying in Florida forever now? For the foreseeable future. Currently, yes. I think it's going to depend on who knows what future holds. You know, I don't know, maybe husband loses his job and then he finds a job somewhere in, I don't know, South Carolina. I don't know what the future has, but I recommend moving from the UK to Florida if that's the kind of life you would like, yes. Sophie, thank you for the paper crane. Hi, Ryan. Borderline, why is everyone being so generous this morning with the gifts? Thank you so much, TikTok guys, you're amazing. Oh my god, I remember you from like 3 months ago when you popped up on my For You page because I'm also Brit in America. Zesty, thank you. Hi, Ben, whereabouts are you? Marissa, good morning. Are you planning on living in America for forever? That's the hope. Yes, our life here is absolutely beautiful. Was waiting for you to go live. Ah, thank you. Borderline, thank you for your heart me. I don't think anything of Trump. He is the president of the United States. That's what he is. Everyone's spamming the question. Do you miss any food and snacks from England? Probably some chocolate and some sausages. That's really about it. Borderline, thank you. I'm thinking of move to Florida. Is it hot in America right now? America is enormous, Tom. America is absolutely enormous. We are just in one part of America, Florida, and it is 14 degrees Celsius with highs of about 22, 23 or something. Did you GTA 6 is in GTA 6? I know that Miami's in GTA 6. Is that what you're talking about? Not very sunny in the Sunshine State. Well, sometimes we have cloudy days. But 90% of the year, the weather is better than England. Hi from Malaysia. Hi, Jasmine. Hi, Anthony. Anthony. John, good morning with the $2 super chat on YouTube. Thank you. Good morning. How are you? Bobby, Borderline. Thank you so much for all the gifts, guys. You guys are so crazy. Thank you. I'm 45 from Texas. Good morning. Good morning from Texas. How is Texas? What's the weather like in Texas right now? Is the weather good? My Valentine's was nice. Thank you. Your glowing Florida suits you. Thank you. Thank you for all those. Borderline. Thank you so much. Did I ever miss Bradford? I never went to Bradford, so I don't know. What made you choose Florida to move to? I think weather definitely was a number one in the top 5. Income is significantly higher here as well than the UK. The taxes are significantly lower. Income higher, taxes lower, better quality of life, more disposable income to my children to do some amazing clubs, sports things, to live in a nice house, in a nice area. Borderline! What is going on? You are in the mood this morning. Thank you so much. Everyone's been so generous this morning. Did I live in London? I used to live in London for a period of time. I think I lived there for maybe 2 years. Hi, Maggie. You must have everyone turning heads when they hear that accent. I honestly, not really. 50-50. Crystal! Oh, my gift gallery has reset on TikTok. Thank you so much. Crystal, Borderline. Liv, what about them? I can't see. Are there gators behind you? Potentially, but none have been seen. I hate Texas. I'm getting away from this state. Oh no, I'm sorry that you don't like Texas. Crystal and Borderline going wild. What about healthcare? What's the question of healthcare? Healthcare is more expensive, but healthcare can be quite a bit better. There's no wait times like there is in the UK for specialists, which is probably the significant thing that affected my family directly. You want to marry me? Sorry, I'm already married. Borderline, Thank you so much. That was very sweet of you this morning. I live in Kentucky and would love to live in Florida. What's Kentucky like? What's Kentucky like? You sound American saying healthcare. Do I? Do you work? I am a part-time content creator. That's what I do. I make money on TikTok and YouTube. Do you have free dental and free dental implants? No. In England or in America? Either, no. Is it cold? Not really. You have more money to spare for healthcare compared to the UK. I like the fact that I can just go and see someone super quick. Jonas, I'm not listening. That is the I hate when people try and compare America to the 1930s Germany. I literally have nothing to say about that. That's crazy. I had to wait 6 months to see a nephrologist in Jacksonville. Okay, 6 months. Now compare that, Dan, to my mother waiting 15 months to see a gynecologist. I don't know what a nephrologist is, but I think a gynecologist is probably a little bit more of a, what's the word? More common specialist for people that need to be seen. 15 months. What do you think happens when someone has an issue? They go to the doctor and they say, I have an issue, I need to see a specialist. The issue is already happening. So what do you think happens to that issue after 15 months of waiting? What do you think happens? That issue gets severe to the point of needing surgery, to the point of needing some kind of big issue to fix the issue, to correct the problem that could have been corrected within the first few months. That is the issue with the NHS. Is people on wait lists waiting to have their problem fixed. Whereas here, you get your problem fixed much quicker, but it costs you more. Where's the sunshine? I know, you tell me. It's hiding. It's for your kidneys. Thank you, Maggie. Sorry, I missed the comment. Are your allergies bad right now in Florida? The pollen is terrible in Alabama. I don't have allergies. My daughter does, but she's fine so far. I've been waiting 4 months for a laparoscope. Oh, right, yeah. They think I have endo. Oh, Becky, endo. I swear that endometriosis wait times are horrific in England. I wish I could move to Florida from the UK so bad. I go to Florida a lot and I wish I could live there. Hey, sunshine, UK to Florida. Do I own a GUN? My husband has been a GUN owner for the last 20 years. Do you know there's an ice skating rink in Jacksonville? I'm sure I found one, yes. I'm sure I did when I researched. Why is it grey there? Some days we have grey days. But not as many as England. And also it's February the what? And we're going to have about high 20 degrees Celsius this week. We're going to have like 26, 27, 28 degrees. Becky, yes, it's absolutely horrific. 4 years for them just to listen about endo. I know. It's the same in England with children's referrals for ADHD, ADD, all that kind of stuff. It's like a 4-year wait. Becky, thank you for the follow. Renata, hello. Do I live near the beach? I live about an hour from a drive-on beach, which is dope. I could tell it's Florida from your yard. There's yard work happening. There's some stuff happening here today. It's noisy. I'm still living in Manchester, but I hope I can move to the US soon. Why did I leave the UK? Higher income, lower taxes, better quality of life, better weather 90% of the year. A drive-on beach. If you've not been at Villano, Vilano, Villano Beach. Sunshine. You need to have a 4x4, ideally, in case you get stuck. But you can drive onto the beach and you just park up there. You just park up, reverse down to the water, set yourself up. It's lovely. Are you on later today? I'm so confused. Yes, it is later today because my kids are not in school today. Are the locals nice? Yes. Are you not scared of natural disasters that can happen? You prepare for them. Do I carry a GUN? No, I don't. Where in the UK are we from? We're not really from anywhere in the UK. We were posted military to Saffron Walden in Essex for the last 7 years of my husband's career. I know America's Fahrenheit, I'm aware, but I do have a very heavy British following, so that's why I talk about Fahrenheit, Celsius. And every now and again, if I'm able to, I can calculate it. The rule apparently is you double the Celsius, and then you add 30, and that gets Fahrenheit. Thank you for the repost. Reposting really does help the live, guys. Do I ever go to the jetties? What do you mean by jetties? As in... we all have GUNs in the South. I'm just reading comments, I didn't say that. Hi, I'm in Florida right now, in Orlando area. This weekend is at 30 degrees Celsius for you lot too. Ooh, I think we have high 20s this week, yes. The degrees right now is 15 degrees Celsius. So if you double that, that's 30, plus 30 is 60 Fahrenheit. Kelly Young and Angel, thank you for reposting. Thank you so much. It makes a big difference to the live, it helps out a lot. I was walking around the woods with a BBGUN at 5, alone? You were allowed to go into the woods at 5 by yourself? Oh my goodness. That's the 90s way. Harry, thank you for the follow. Go loves, thank you for the repost. What did your kids think about them move to Florida when you first told them? Unbelievably excited. That's how they first felt. I don't know why my messages aren't sending. Hi EL, what made you choose the USA over Europe? Europe was never something that I wanted to live in Europe. We've done England, we've lived in Germany for 3 years as well with the military. Military. Everyone's like, it's not military. It's military in England, okay? We wanted American life. Does the US political state concern you? The world is such a mess. Every country has its own positives and negatives. You just, as I say all the time, all you can do in life is vote how you want to vote. Live your life the best you can. Be a good person. Look after and love the people that are in your circle. And try and live a good life. That's all we can do. Where am I originally from? I was born in Seattle, Washington, as most of you probably know. I moved to England when I was 7. And then we pretty much bounced around Berkshire for my childhood. And then I lived in London for a while. And then some other areas. I've lived in many places. I'm pretty much from all over. Anyone always says, whenever I was a beautician back in the UK for 10 years, I ran a beauty business. And all my clients would be like, where are you from? I'm like, I'm just kind of from everywhere. My accent doesn't really have a specific place that it's from. Would I move back to the UK? I don't think so, honestly. I think the life that we have here is so beautiful. That could change tomorrow. Nothing is guaranteed in our lives. So who knows what the future holds. But for now, this is our place. We've got to live life to the fullest. We are only here for a short time. Yes, Crystal. Your accent sounds American and UK. Probably. Have I been to Disney or Universal yet? No, we haven't. Is it cheaper to live there than England? John, it's more expensive to live here in Florida than it is in the UK, but you are paid higher and your taxes are lower. So there's more disposable income to enjoy and to pay those higher bills. Why did I never consider European cities? I think probably language barrier. Language barrier when it comes to work would be quite significant to live in a European country. Some of the YouTube comments. It's wild. It's a wild on YouTube. Oops. Trying to catch up on some YouTube comments as well. Nothing about you sounds American. Whoever said that lied. How much money do you need to go live there? It entirely depends on where you live. Tiff! Hi, Tiff! How are you? How are you? You Correct me if I'm wrong, you became a grandma, didn't you? Like not long ago. Hi Jana. How's the business going? Do the YouTube comments show up on your TikTok live? No. I'm on here. I've got one phone here, which is YouTube, and one phone here, which is TikTok. So that's YouTube, TikTok. Yard work this morning. Well, the weather's starting to pick up again, isn't it? So the grass is starting to grow more. The Daytona 500. Oh, did you watch it? Was it on the weekend or something? Did you apply for a visa yourself or through a UK solicitor? I did it all myself. I'm very lucky to be a dual citizen. I was born in America, moved to England age 7. Dad's American, mum is English. So I lived and grew up in England, but I'm very lucky to have an American passport as well as my British passport. So I'm able to sponsor my family to move here. And I did it all myself. I did all the paperwork. I did all the visa processes. I did absolutely everything myself. Which I'm very proud of myself for. What do you prefer more? Here. Jana's moved over to YouTube. Hey Jana. Thank you for the follow, Laura. How much did you take with you when you moved? Around over 100,000. So the US government wanted us to prove that I was able to sponsor my family and support them for 3 years. Now that requires either a job in America with a minimum of $35,000 a year income. That's the poverty line for Florida. Jenna. Tiff, thank you for the little hug. Yeah, it took us 4.5 years to save up the money. So the US government either wanted sorry, where was I? The geese are throwing me off and the noise. $35,000 a year income from a job to sponsor. I know it's wild, isn't it? Or 3 times that in savings. My husband was also still being, thank you, Mr. The Forsaken, for my bronze medal. Bronze medal? Forsaken, how dare you send me a bronze medal? 3rd place. Or is that for my daughter? From her competition. What was I saying? 100,000 is 5 years of work for you. That's by yourself. There were 2 of us, remember? Me and my husband both worked 5 jobs between us. I want a teddy bear hug, says Lisa. Have you noticed anything weird as a Briton in America? Dirty looks, disregard. No. Not at all. The complete opposite. KJ, thank you for the populars. Thank you. John with another $2 super chat. John, thank you. John, tell me a bit about you, John. I need to know about you. Tell me who you are, where you're from, what do you do? Izzy, thank you for the follow. You're from America and they made you pay to come back. I had to bring my family. 5 jobs. How did you do that? My husband is bomb disposal, Royal Engineer, ex-military. So he had that job and he would also work, what's it called? He would also work the festival circuit as security. So he would do security for all the festivals throughout the year. I was a Montessori nanny part-time. I also did content creation, as well as, of course, being a mother. You know, that is a full-time job. And I also ran my own beauty business for 10 years. A successful beauty business for 10 years. I looked back at your British accent and compared it to how you actually sound. You sound a bit American now. Mama too, thank you for the torch. Do I, Finley? That's really interesting. I'm going to have to watch a video of myself back. You must pay a lot of taxes. We used to, not anymore. Mama too, thank you so much. CWAG was timed out by Maggie for 1.8k seconds. What does that work out to? Did you find a house? At the moment, we're still just revolving around this one. I'll be honest. This one is the one that keeps winning. How is it taking the dogs over? Stressful and very, what's the word for them? Very intense for the dogs. Mama too, thank you so much for that torch. That reminds me of like the Olympic torch. 30 minutes is 1.8k seconds. Why, thank you, Cole. Someone got muted for 30 minutes over on YouTube. Kirby, thank you for the repost. If you haven't reposted, it's that share button here and then you click the repost. Hi, Beverly. Your voice is beautiful. Thank you. Hi, Teresa. My weekend was good. My daughter was at a competition yesterday. So we drove back from Orlando through that insane thunder and lightning storm. It was wild. How cold is it? Or was it? It must be cheaper to live there if you don't have many taxes like we do in the UK. So, Junie Blue, income is higher, taxes are lower as well, but living costs are more expensive overall. But there's still the difference between income and outgoing is more dramatic here. There's more money to live in a nice neighborhood, for my kids to go to a nice school, for my kids to do competitive gymnastics, which if anyone in America knows the competitive sports world is very expensive. We were in Orlando yesterday. Went to see my parents back down next month. I'm glad you're doing good, Tiff. And I saw your comment about the little one. How old is little one now? The little grandchild. Was it a boy or girl? I can't ever remember. Make sure the new home has correct sun exposure on the pool. What does correct sun exposure on the pool look like? I am not still British, but I have permits to do everything. Can I move to America? You need a visa. A visa. Do you pay for your children's education? Nope. Are the kids on half term in America like the UK? No, there's no half term out here. Hello, David. Hello, Rowan. Why is it so grey? I know, we're having a grey day today. Florida isn't pure, beautiful everything 100% of the year. We do have a 10% where it's a little bit rough. 4 months old, Paris Lee Jane. People don't realise how property taxes are connected to school quality. Alison, yeah, and also in Florida, they... No, if the time is gone, he's not starting a new game. You're not starting. Yeah, so we're doing voting. Florida will be voting on property taxes this year, which is very exciting. But I'm pretty sure they're not touching the school portion of property taxes, which obviously they shouldn't. So the weather looks the same as the UK. Nope. It might do today, but by this afternoon it won't. It's the middle of February and it'll be about 26 degrees Celsius here. And it'll be sunny this afternoon as well. Hello from Baltimore, Maryland. I'm British, but I move out of the UK traveling to South America. Have a great time. Florida's subtropical climate, so we have rain sometimes. Helps keeps the grass green, because the grass needs it. The grass has had a right shock. What is the wind speed in Florida in knots after the hurricane? I have no idea, Alex. Hi from Manchester on YouTube. If you're on YouTube or TikTok, make sure you're following. Pressing a follow button on YouTube and the subscription button on TikTok. Yeah, other way around. YouTube subscription. Okay, let's separate then. Find something to do by yourself, okay? We're arguing already. Where are we from in the UK? We were from Saffron Walden in Essex. That's not where we were from, though. We were posted there as part of our final military posting. Alex, thanks for the follow. It's a whopping 5 degrees here in Derbyshire. 6 degrees here right now. Oh, I'm sorry. Do I struggle with the heat? I can struggle with the heat, but the bonus is, the house is air conditioned. So if I'm just feeling a bit hot, I'll just pop in there. My neighbourhood has 3 pools, so I can go and just be in the pool when it's hot. I didn't do anything in the military. My husband's military. He was bomb disposal. I definitely want to move out of the UK. I think it's so important to live somewhere else in your 20s. Oh, I could 100% agree with that. Any time in your life, you should live somewhere else because you never know what else somewhere else can offer you unless you just do it. Like on paper, Florida was like the bee's knees. But the reality is even more than what the paperwork was. From Reading, when I was a kid, I used to go to Reading every weekend with my friends. The weather beautiful 90% of the year. It's funny how the world does not understand the weather in America. Well, America's huge. The weather in America varies enormously. Hi from Australia, Lindsay. Yeah, I imagine your summers are probably hotter than ours. But you have dry heat in Australia, right? We have tropical wet heat. Correct, it is 9:30 over here. How come you left the UK? We wanted a better quality of life with higher income, lower taxes, better weather 90% of the year. What's the weather in Florida? 90% of the year beautiful. Today, low this morning was 14 degrees Celsius, which is just under 60 Fahrenheit, and it's going to be up in the mid 80s by the end of the day. I'd love to move my little boy to Austin, Texas. Do you recommend moving? Visas are hard. Visas are hard, yes. That is probably the number one difficulty of getting out here. I don't know about Austin, Texas. I haven't spent much time in Austin, Texas. I couldn't tell you. Cousin? You haven't had any breakfast? No. You need to eat your breakfast before you have some chocolate. Okay. I don't know. 3? I have 1 daughter and 1 son. My opinion of the state of the US right now, I think the world is a mess. No matter where you live, everything's a mess. Life is about how you live it, how you treat people, make the best of what short time we have. I try not to worry too much about things that I really can't change or do much about. If you genuinely thought about everything that's happening in this world that's horrific, you would just be a puddle on the floor forever. An unbelievably depressed puddle on the floor. When anyone ever asks if you have a daughter, they always ask the exact same question every time. It's like, I know now. I've been coming on lives for long enough to know exactly when people ask one question, what the follow-up question is every time. Every time. You're glad you're not there. Oh, okay. Well, Florida doesn't want you if you don't want Florida. You gotta be happy where you live. And if you wouldn't be happy here, then don't come to Florida. It's very easy. I didn't answer the second question because I knew exactly what you were going to ask. And it's just the same typical thing that people ask all the time. And it just gets a bit boring, I'll be honest. Florida's beautiful. Absolutely, Mama too. I've lived there for decades. Good? Florida used to be owned by the Spanish. We were here too. Brits and the Spanish. Good morning, I love living in Florida. So do I. So do I. I love it here. It's the most beautiful spot that we've ever lived so far. She has, women have human bodily rights here. Yes, the abortion timeline is significantly less. But I am a firm believer in the timeline of an abortion should be way before 22 weeks. That's my opinion. People can decide how they want to decide, but that's me. And also my daughter's 8, so that doesn't affect her. If I was to become pregnant, it would not be by my husband's means. Which means that I would be covered in Florida. Woo! Because Florida has all of the, whatchamacallits. How could that affect her? Swed. She's 8. Florida has all of the exemption rules. Can I ask if you practice beauty there? I don't. I used to practice beauty in the UK for 10 years. It's not something I think I want to do out here. Do you have to find an employer to sponsor your visa? If you're coming over on a work visa, yes. Is it Pancake Day tomorrow in the UK? Aww. We had pancakes on the weekend though. I love your lives. We're desperate to emigrate. Was I born in Florida? No. How are you able to move to Florida and buy a house? I'm very lucky to be a dual citizen. Born in Seattle, Washington. I moved to England at age 7 with my English mother. And therefore I was raised and lived in England my rest of my whole life. But I've it means I have access to sponsor my family to move out here. My dad's American, yes. Do they look down on you? Americans are known to be snobbish. Nope. Nope. We are very much liked out here, which is nice. I think Americans and America in general, the whole American dream, whether it has changed over the years, yes, but Americans are very much the kind of people that look at someone who has worked very hard, become something, or grown a business, or done something with their lives. Hard work, effort is rewarded massively out here, and it's looked very highly on. So the fact that when we tell our story and people are like, why did you, like, what, how did you get here? We tell them our story and they're like, tip my hat to you. They look at people who have made something of their lives with, what's the word? Pride, I guess. I don't know the word to use. We're proud to have you. Ah, thank you. We live in Florida. I don't think so, Monmon. I think it depends on where you live, as to whether you are known to be unkind people. I help National Pancake Days March 3rd. There you go. Respect. Thank you. Thank you. Respect, I think is the word. Reverence, Persephone. I think Americans respect hard work massively out here. They do it in schools. I can see it in the school system already. The respect for hard work and the word, I forget it every time. The reward. Hard work is respected and rewarded out here. We moved here 7 months ago. There's no half term out here. Who's nicer, British or Americans? From my personal experiences, the southern lot. The Floridians, Georgia, South Carolina are very, very nice. Yes, Julie. Most states are a huge melting pot of different people, especially Florida and Louisiana. Florida's got the most culturally diverse selection of people I've probably ever seen. We're proud to have more people in the USA. Top of the morning to you, ma'am. America is known to be horizontally gifted. What does that mean? Do the kids find it hard with less school breaks? Do you know what? Honestly, I've not seen it. I was worried because they didn't have half terms, they wouldn't have that little break in between, but no. I think they are just smashing through it all. I've not noticed any difference in their ability to concentrate or anything like that. They're doing really great. All of America is just a friendly part of culture. I think I talked about it. I talked about it in my life. I talked about it to one of the families from the gymnastics yesterday. American people versus British people for the social norms and social culture is very different from the UK to the US. I don't delete anybody. My hands are here. I don't block anyone. I don't delete anyone. I don't mute anybody. That is what my mods do. My mods have the ability to control that, not me. Ambassador Kwan, why would you call me Serena Joy? Do I have someone in my house who is breeding with my husband to make babies, like that book and that series? No. Why would you call me Serena Joy? It's the most stupid thing I've ever heard. I do not look like Bonnie Blue. I have brown eyes. Thank you. Some of the comments, man. How long did it take to move? Us 4.5 years. Jana's like, everyone stop trying to start stuff. As a Brit, I think British people are drama. Trolls be trolling. Holly, trolls always troll. I am like the queen of trolls. I don't know why. I know, Rob. Some of the comments are wild. I'm going to Orlando in April. 4 years. How come it took so long? Because that's how long our visas took, and that's how long it took to save up enough money. We did not have a house to sell. We came over from scratch. That makes a big difference. Do my kids say mum or mom? Mum. They write mom. And I'm like, what is that? Why are you writing mom? I think it's just because everyone else is doing it, but they call me mum. Well, I'm still mummy, actually. I'm holding out on the mummy for a while. Would I rather a king or a president? It makes no difference. It literally makes no difference. The king really doesn't do anything in England, guys. The king is just an ambassador for incredible charities and stuff like that, so. I'm British and I say mom. No! Why? You don't vote for the king, no, Michelle. That is just, it's inherited. The monarchy. Can I live there forever? Yes. So since you've been in USA, what business do you think is in demand to start up? We'd love to move on an E2. GG, anything. Any business out here can be super successful. I say mom, it's a Brummy thing. Really, I wonder how you say it, like with your accent. I wonder what it sounds like. What British culture is similar to American culture? I don't understand why you're adding race in there. That makes no sense to me. British culture and English culture, what are similar? I don't know. It's a question. How are you married to an American, or do you have a green card? I am very lucky to have been born in Seattle, Washington. I am a dual citizen. I am British with access to an American passport as well. ICE are definitely not going to come for me. I'm here legally. I haven't committed any crimes. I don't go to any rallies. I just live my life right here. And life is great. I don't like coffee or tea. I'm really sorry. Congratulations to the American football team in Seattle. Yes, absolutely. Why do Americans think when you speak? What do they think when you speak with a British accent? 50-50. 50% of people will be really interested and they'll tend to ask us our story. How come you're here? Where are you from? And the others just are not bothered. I saw some of your posts about house hunting. The houses are amazing. Are GUNs legal in Florida? Yes. Interesting comments over on YouTube this morning. It's very statement-based rather than questions. How do you make mushy peas in Florida? I've never eaten mushy peas in my life. Another misconception of British people. Do you miss anything from England? Honestly, not really. Just live your life like the most of us do. Exactly, Rose. Just live your life. That's what we're all doing. We're just living. And maybe moving on an L1, L2 visa. I'm not sure what that one is. How long do you reckon it would take? I don't know. I don't know what those visas are. There is a timeline. I'm sure there's a timeline website that you can check. Thank you, Julie. Hi from Orlando, Thomas. Have I tried LA? No, what is that bottled water? It's going to be 70 in Kansas today. Is Florida better? In my opinion, yes. Do I speak to my mum much? Maybe a bit less than I was back in the UK. How much did it cost, including flights? Just curious. Green bean watcher machine. Family of 4 with 3 dogs. It cost us £14,500 to move from the UK to the US. Visas, flights, shipping, hotel stays, car rentals, and the dogs' vet bills and the dogs' flights. Without the dogs, £9,500. I would think you'd miss the chocolate. I do miss the chocolate, but not massively. It's not something that affects my everyday life. How's the food different? Eating out food is beautiful. Eating out is it's phenomenal. Don't remember you from Debden. I didn't see a picture of you, so I don't know if I would remember you. That's a great price. Of course we brought our dogs. We're not leaving our dogs. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, no. Used to be the best Mexican restaurant in Jacksonville. Oh, okay, got you. You're a beautiful princess. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. How are we doing? A couple of minutes. My dogs are all inside. They don't want to be out here in the wind. I have 3 chihuahuas. Lola, Joey, and Jessie. Morning. They're the loudest birds I think I've ever known. You're missing out. It's sunny and warm in England. Julia, what is it? What's the temperature? This afternoon's going to be sunny with about 26 degrees Celsius. Just because it's 9:45 in the morning and it's a bit cloudy, just wait till the afternoon. We had a huge thunderstorm yesterday, so that's why it's a bit wild. Over 1,200 chilies across the US. Corey, that's all I need. All I need is chilies. Crystal! With my favourite crystal crown. That's Crystal's gift. No one else is allowed to send a crystal crown. That is Crystal's only. Stop glorifying history of Britishers. Show the world their real deeds. What? What? Harry! Harry, thank you for my roses. Thank you so much. Is that part of your garden behind you? No, that's not mine. That is the public lake pond. Someone called it a bay. One of my neighbours called it a bay because after that one, there's this lake and then there's one over there. Oh look, there's a man. Hello. He's in my neighbour's garden. He's probably going to look at me like, what is that woman doing? You seem extremely obnoxious. Not an insult, just an inference. Roddy, what makes you call me extremely obnoxious? I've heard a canal, a pond, retention pond, a canal, and the other one. I've been friends with you since starting the countdown of moving from England to America. You've been here the whole time. Thank you so much. Oh, happy President's Day. My bad. Happy President's Day, everybody. Thank you, Rocco. I don't think I don't know what would classify as obnoxious. I don't know what I would do, what I say that would be classified as obnoxious. Well, she's a cutie. Leave her alone, you bully, says Bria. Thank you, Brian, not Brian. Brian, thank you. Do you have lizards or crocodiles in the house? No. Outside the house. No lizards in the house. Lizards live in, like, I'll show you. This little, like, rockery area. They all live in here. They live in that bit. Crocodiles definitely not in my house. Also, they're not actually in... they haven't been seen. I haven't seen a crocodile in this area. I would imagine that the Facebook page would probably say something if there was a crocodile in the area. Or alligator. Thank you, Blue and On. I don't know how she puts up with some of these vile comments. Thank you, Jules. Oh, it just goes over. I think from someone who has been perpetually bullied since I was 7. Once I arrived in America, I was relentlessly bullied through primary school, secondary school. Bullied as an adult, which is a new thing, which my kids have been a bit surprised about. Because I'm quite open with things. If I'm going through something, I'll be quite open with the kids about it. I see everything in life as like a teaching moment, as long as it's age appropriate and I don't say everything to the kids. Everything's a teaching moment for them, and I'm like, just because I'm an adult doesn't mean that I'm not scared of things. Doesn't mean that I'm not, affected by people being unkind and rude, and people will always bully no matter how old you are. You don't get past it just because you leave school. That is correct, David. Yes. Where am I from? England. How did Millie do? Hi, Dylan. She did get... Oh, I haven't actually said what she got. Bless her. She did get some medals, but she was very, very, very poorly the day before the event. She woke up rough. I think all she had in her system was a couple pieces of chicken and a banana. And she went out and competed in a huge place. And she still came away. Bless her heart, though, she did not perform very well. She was very shaky. I think because she was having issues with her tummy, I think she was very reluctant to be using her abdominal muscles, which, as do we all know, if you're doing gymnastics, you use your abdominal muscles for like every single move to balance her, to control her movement. She's a competitive gymnast. So how expensive is your home insurance? I don't have home insurance. I have rental insurance at the moment. Home insurance is about $3,000 a year from what I was seeing. So she still came away with 8th overall, which obviously compared to what you guys know, she's like 1st, 2nd or 3rd overall usually. So she came 8th. Her floor routine got the lowest score out of every gymnast, because she was so wobbly. It literally broke my heart. But she wanted to go to it. Do you pay for hospitals and stuff? Depending on your insurance, but depending on what you pay. I saw a video which, the common misconception, right, is from everywhere else in the world, is that America is astronomically, disgustingly expensive for healthcare. And everyone's response on this beautiful video of how she put a beautiful video about how having a baby out in America. She had a baby out here in America as a Brit, moved over here. She told her story. She explained how the rooms are beautiful, the staff are not overworked, they're well paid, they're this or that. Anyway, at the end of it, I looked at the comments and I saw exactly what I expected. Everyone who doesn't live in America, that probably cost you $85,000. No thanks. And then the comments underneath it were like, I live here. I paid $100 to have my child. I live here. You saw that video. I paid no more than $1,000 to be able to have my child in that beautiful room with the beautiful staff, with the care, love, attention, all that kind of stuff. Everyone, I love that you guys saw that video, because I saw that and it made me really frustrated me, because the misconceptions from outside of America are so aggressive. They're so aggressive, and they genuinely think that what they're saying is true, because the media only ever shows maybe the one story of the woman who didn't have healthcare and then had a baby, and then her bill was $300,000. Do you know what I mean? Did she pay that bill? Probably not. Does she have to pay all that bill? Probably not. But they'll focus on that one story. They won't focus on the other people who are like, it cost me nothing. So that frustrated me, and that's a common misconception of people outside of America about America. And it just gets a bit much sometimes, because I read it and I look and I'm like, that was such a beautiful moment, and she was telling people what life is like, and people still come at her and they're like, just like I do here. I talk about how beautiful my life is, and people still come on and go, but it's fine. The media in the US sucks. The media in the world sucks, Brian. The British media is just as bad. The whole world media is pretty terrible. They love the horror stories. People don't like to see other people happy. They don't like to accept other people who have made a difference in their life and improved their lives. They just want to break it down. And that's fine. If you're that kind of person, then that's not my kind of person. My kind of person is positive people. And I like to think that I've made a nice community here on TikTok, and I'm building one over on YouTube of really nice, positive people. What part of Florida do you think is more dangerous when it comes to weather conditions? Coast. Living on the Gulf Coast is probably the most dangerous place, I would say. A microwave is just a clock deck to heat up food, if you think about it. Johnny, I get the most random comments and statements over on YouTube. What don't I like about America? So far, nothing. So far, my life, my everyday life, is absolutely beautiful. What do you do for work to afford migrating to the US? Back in the UK, I ran a beauty business for 10 years, and I was also a part-time Montessori nanny. My husband was a bomb disposal British military back in the UK. We saved up for 4.5 years to make the move. What do you think about ice? Ice is in my freezer, and it keeps my drinks nice and cool in Florida. We're in South Jacksonville. You live in the GTA 5. Guess you're extremely lucky. I think, do you mean GTA 6? I don't live in Miami, though. I love your positive attitude, which is why you will do well in the US. Exactly. Thank you. Positivity, man. Positivity. Why did I move? Higher income, lower taxes, better quality of life. Better weather 90% of the year. I know GTA 6, I can't wait for GTA 6 to come out. And I heard Red Dead Redemption 3 is in the works. I mean, I might have to wait 3 years for that, but it's good. Oh, I think I'm going to head in a minute, my loves. Andy, I don't know what that means. Has Sal you right on your move? What? Oh, Jem and Joey, hang on. This is Jem and Joey, okay? I came across them randomly, They are the younger version of me and my husband. Just married, about to go on a incredible honeymoon through America, right? So we did the same thing. We drove from LA to New York as part of our honeymoon over 4 weeks. It was the most incredible experience, driving a convertible red Mustang. My husband's head was numb because he's 6'4" and the wind kept hitting him. With the stories that we have, we tell to this day. And 7 months ago, we moved here. So you guys come and follow Jem and Joey. They are on the start of starting their trip. When's your trip? I can't remember when your trip exactly is. It's not long. But they're going to do some cool stuff, and they don't have kids yet, okay? So go follow them. They're living the life before children that we didn't do enough of, okay? Live your life before kids. No, I love my children. They're the best thing ever in the entire world. But we didn't do enough, okay? We didn't do enough. So make sure you give them a little hello. And they're starting their journey. And I like that your husband also does the TikToks as well. It's both of you, because my husband's a little bit camera shy, and also he's a little bit outspoken. So he might ruin my following. Bless him. We love him. We love my husband coming in on cameos, don't we? You're going in June. You're such an inspiration. Oh, stop. I feel like an old lady. How much was it for you to move and bring everything with you? Dean, we sold 90% of our belongings. Do you pay Red Dead on Xbox? I do, Jenna. We sold 90% of our belongings. From shipping, flights, the dogs, I have 3 chihuahuas, hotel stays, car rentals, and the visa process, it costs $14,500. You just subscribed. Elijah, thank you. Do I like dungarees? I don't know. I'm live on YouTube and TikTok at the same time. Let me tell you something. If I had 4 children, I'd probably in jail for murder. How many children do you have? I live in Florida in Tampa. Hi. How much is rent for the 4-bed? My rent is $3,300. 5 bedroom, 4 bathroom, 3,000 square foot, A-rated neighborhood, A-rated school district, which affects the cost of housing. $3,300 for rent. It was up for $3,000, but then the people who owned it and their agency were like, oh, there's quite a few people interested in this. Let's up our rent by 10%. I thought that was huge. But because we already decided on this house, this was the house for us, we were like, okay, we'll make it work. It's fine. Yeah. So we're renting at the minute and we're going to buy this year. Some of us love an outspoken personality. Yes, correct, Dana. He comes in and he gives you a little bit of his outspokenness. Hubby and I are in Nolo. If we were in Florida, we'd bring you guys to dinner. We love your videos. Thank you. Joey's definitely the outspoken one as well. Yeah, I think it's the man thing. $3,300 for how many beds? 5-bedroom house, 3,000 square foot. You're welcome, Gigi. Gigi, if you want to find genuinely how much houses cost, homes.com, Zillow.com. That's what you gotta do. Who has a better designed flag? In my opinion, I have no idea. A flag is a flag. They look great. I love them both. I'm coming up on 13 years in the US from England. I moved on my own and met an American 12 years ago. Morgan, how cool. We're in South Jacksonville, Marion. Jack Spratt, thank you for the follow. Why would you want to live in America over the UK? Higher income, lower taxes, better quality of life, better weather 90% of the year. You're funny, great accent. Thank you. Hi from LA. Check Zillow for USA homes. I'm a content creator. I work part-time. My husband works away, so I have to be around for the children. And the issue is this is me personally. This is not for anyone else. This is not, this is no shade on any other parent. My personal feeling was that before I had children was to find a career that could work around kids. So I was a Montessori teacher, a Montessori nanny, and I was also a beautician. I ran a beauty business for 10 years so that I could work my own schedule. I could be off for the holidays and not send my kids to holiday camps, clubs, etc., etc. That was always my plan. So therefore, the standard job, especially in America, does not warrant having enough time off to be able to have all of my holidays off with my children. And that is what I vowed that I would do. And my husband knows that. And so that is why at the minute I'm just doing part-time content creation, which is paying some bills, which is great. But I am looking into getting back into the Montessori classroom so that I can also have a bit of work for me, and then I can be home for the holidays with my kids. Do I miss my mum and dad? We have lived away from our family for most of my whole relationship with my husband, being ex-military. We've lived away from family for a very long time. They've not been in our lives on a regular basis. How did I start my beauty business? I went and trained, and I bought a load of stuff, and I just started. I winged it all. You just gained 10 new followers. Oh, Jem, that's great. Yeah, Jem and Joe, just be prepared for the live. The live world is a little bit crazy. I think my followers will be able to tell you we've had a bit of a journey on here. I don't know where that is, Riley. Have any British friends that look like you and want to move to America? No. Oh, Jana, we could be a posse on GTA on that's hilarious. Me, you, I can imagine you and me sat there gaming together. That's hilarious. I love that. I can't wait to see how your family enjoys the 4th of July. Oh, I think it's pretty wild here. It's pretty wild here. How do I feel about GUNs? I don't feel anything about them that much. My husband quite likes them. He's been a GUN owner for 20 years. Pretty girl, shame about the nose ring. I think the nose ring's cool. Okay? I got it when I was 30, all right? And I thought it was pretty dope. My husband loves it. I love it. That's all that matters. If rent is $3,300, how much are outgoings then? Health insurance bills must be like $7,000. Pretty much. Pretty much, Captain. About $7,000 a month for outgoings, which is pretty insane. But our health insurance should drop dramatically from April. My health insurance is currently with the healthcare marketplace, but it's going to jump to my husband's job. My husband's job is now going to be offering benefits from April, which is amazing. Dan, people are always judgy. If you put yourself out on the internet, I like it. It suits your personality. Thanks. I have a blanket. Say, Peter, it is here. You just learned how to use the hatchet. What, on the game? I haven't used that. I'm literally just I'm the repeater. I shoot with the repeater on Red Dead. How's healthcare actually work? It's very confusing. You pay a monthly amount like you would do for any kind of insurance. And then you have a deductible, which is how much you have something is your maximum out of pocket, how much you would ever have to pay. You've got 7 kids, Henry. That's a lot of kids. Health insurance varies enormously from policy to policy. Someone might pay nothing at all to see doctors, to see everything. Some people might pay $100 to see a doctor. Some people might have 0 prescriptions. Some people might have $20, $30 prescriptions. It's unbelievably complicated. It's basically the same. Do you know anyone personally who came over on an E2 and how they found it? I don't know people personally out here that have done that. No. But I'm pretty sure there's going to be plenty of Facebook groups. There'll be plenty of other. You search an E2 visa. There'll be plenty of people that pop up on TikTok, I'm sure. In the amount the UK pays for tax and national insurance, it tends to be cheaper to pay healthcare in the US. It depends. We worked it out. We paid roughly £480 a month back in the UK for national insurance and tax from our 2 jobs back in the UK. Out here last year, based on a $90,000 income, we were paying $570 a month for health insurance, but then you paid for things on top of that. In England, you pay 1 fee in your taxes and everything else is free apart from dentistry and prescriptions. Why is everyone going crazy? I'm answering questions. I'm not talking just to talk. I'm answering questions. If you've noticed, that's what this is. Q&A. It says it right there. If you're a veteran in the US, you get free healthcare and prescriptions for life. I know. Veterans are taken care of out here. It's pretty darn cool. I know some. Met some veterans in their 20s who are medically discharged because of some very simple medical condition like diabetes or something like that they can live with for the rest of their lives. They get kicked out. Free prescriptions in Scotland. My bad. One part of England. Free prescriptions, yes. And they were earning the full 100% pay. So they were earning, I was listening to a dude yesterday, we were in the competition place, and he was talking to his friends, and he was no more than 25. He gets paid $4,000 a month from the American military for his pension. At 25, he's medically discharged on a medical pension, $4,000 a month, and that's before he does anything, which is crazy. Crazy. See you later, Gem and Joey. Anyway, I'm gonna head off now. Oh, no taxes on the VA pension. Yeah, my husband's pension from the UK that we put over here won't be taxed because they don't tax pensions either. I'm gonna say goodbye. It is now 10 o'clock. I'm gonna go back into my room, back into my house. How much do you pay to see a doctor, blood tests and scans? It depends on what you're doing. I paid $40 to go and see my doctor to get a prescription for antibiotics for an infection. So I had some tests. I saw the doctor and a nurse, and I walked away with a prescription for $40. Enjoy your day, everybody. Have a wonderful... Jade, there is no rough cost. There is no rough cost whatsoever for health insurance. It varies from $0 to $3,000, $4,000 a month. It's crazy. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Thank you for joining in. If you haven't followed or subscribed, subscription button over here on YouTube. Florida does have more sun. The sun is coming out this afternoon. It'll be 27 degrees Celsius. Don't panic. And then if you're here on TikTok, make sure you press that follow button. And I will see you guys tomorrow morning, back to normal time. The quality, I don't know if it's better or worse. The quality is equal so far. Have a wonderful day. And I will see everybody tomorrow. Go and do something nice.